That was crazy. So, let me change the description of this live. I don't want to knock my water over. Okay. Do 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 do. Mute flip. Video retouch. Green screen. Okay. Well, I don't know how to do this part. I don't know if I hit this. What does this do? No, it's copying the link. That's not what I want to do. Oh well, c'est la vie. Oh well. I'm here. That's what matters, right? Chihuahua. I'm tired. I'm so tired. I'm very physically tired. Like, I've been doing a lot of physical things lately. I went to the gym yesterday. I went for a 45-minute walk today. Early in the mornings before it got too hot. But I was still sweating bullets. It was just like, I'm hot. And then I went and then I worked on my lawn this morning. And up until about noon. And after like that noonday sun was like hit. And I was like, I'm not doing any more. It was already in the 80s. I'm like, forget it. I'm done. I'm so tired. And then it's like my day is not done. I still got so much to do. But let me show you what I've been working on. I'm doing a little keychain things because I mean my keychains have been lacking, and they're one of my better sellers. So I've been trying to get into mode of 4th of July, getting ready to do 4th of July market, to get that going and started, and then. So let me change that orientation just a little bit. Okay, that's a little bit better. Anyway, so let me get up and show you what I'm talking about. It's right over here. Okay, so that's my keychain kit. I've been making, so I've been trying to use up some of these little balls of cotton. So they're about like, excuse me, 50-gram balls, I think is what they are. So there are various ones. Some of it's the Nob Hill Casual Cotton, which is from Hirschner's. And so are these 50 grams? 50 grams? Are we? Yes, 50 grams. Just making sure. And so I'm just been trying to use these up, and so I've been making little strawberry keychains. So this is a free pattern from Pinterest. So anyway, oh, somebody's here. Hello, how are you doing? So yes, I'm making a bunch of these. These actually took me a while. So I'm debating if. Because in the picture for the item, they don't have seeds on them. So I added the seeds on them. And sewing the seeds on is actually taking a little extra time. I really wanted to make these items to be about like $8. But they look really kind of plain Jane without the seeds. And I just didn't really think so. And I actually added a row to make it a little bit more pointy on the bottom. So yeah, definitely, something. And I'm thinking about adding some little strawberry flowers to these. So I think I'm going to do, tack on a strawberry flower. Just make one and just tack it on there. And that will just help elevate it just a little bit more. Just add that little bit of extra cuteness that we just need. Right? Right. Hi, how are you? How much? Without the little flower on it, right now they're currently at $9. But so far I have 6 of these for my market. And then I made some little bomb pops. See? I thought these were adorable. Now, I could not find my safety eyes for some reason, so I'm just going to have to stitch on some safety eyes. I'm not safety eyes, but just facial expressions. So I'm just going to have to stitch on some facial expressions, and I think that will just help elevate it to be extra cute. Also, again, now this one is, I found it through Pinterest, but this is actually a YouTube tutorial. And this is all cotton. And I think I actually happen to have just the right shade of blue for that. See, look how, like, it's just about there. It's like Bon Pot blue. I mean, seriously, it's basically what it is. So I, made a bunch, gonna make a handful of these. I pretty much have it memorized in my head. I think on the stick though, I did make it just a little bit bigger. This one, in the original pattern, she has where you only do like 4 or 5 rows, and then you fold it in half, and then you stitch it together, like sew it together. I made it just a little bit longer to have a longer stick. So let me show you what I'm talking about. I got some more in here. Yeah, see, I kind of see how the differences in the sticks. So I think this is the original, and this is my modified version. And I think it looks better with the modified version. Just my professional opinion. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. So for these, took me about 32 minutes. So if they are 32 minutes and plus I need to do embroidery on them, I'm probably going to sell these also about $9. So I think they're going to look really good. So these are what I've been working on the last couple of days. And then I finally got in those little jump rings that I really like to use for my keychains. So let me show you what they look like. I had a pair, but I had a set of gold colored key rings, and I sold them all. And now I have a bunch of silver key rings, which I bought on sale on Amazon. So I ordered from the same company these jump rings, but they look like miniature key rings. So let me show you what they look like. So I don't know if you can see it. No, not really. It's not really focusing. Okay, focus, baby, focus. It's not really focusing, but they look like miniature key rings. You can't, it's not really focusing. But I can put this part around the ami or the item. So I'm going to put it around this strawberry loop. Or I could even put it around a stitch. Sorry, it's a little fiddly, but I really think I really like it like that. Oh, hot dog, hold on. I can't seem to get it apart wide enough to go around. There we go. There we are. I got it now. I think I do. Anyway, yes. So it kind of does. So it goes around that. I can also insert it into the stitch at the top of the item that I'm making into a keychain. And then I can attach my keychains to that. I think it just makes it a little bit more seamless, a little bit more secure. And then, of course, I use like the regular key ring, and then I attach a lobster clasp. I'm trying to say it. So There we go. And then with this, my roommate's got a perpetual cough. And I just work those on there just like that. And there we go. So it looks a lot better. Yeah, I just think it looks, I don't know, just better in my opinion. I think it looks more finished, I think is what the idea that I'm trying to convey. But then if I put a little strawberry flower on this, it's going to be mega adorable, in my opinion. Okay, and I dropped one of my bomb pops. Oh lordy, I'm hurt. I'm hurting. Oh, that hurt. That hurt. I was on one of at the gym, and I'm like, oh, my abs hurt. And then when I go walking, I suck in my abs when I go walking too, and that will work out your abs. And I'm just like, oh man, I'm hurting. I'm hurting. This getting back into shape has been a thing. It's been a thing. And then I've lost a couple of pounds, and I'm like, heck yeah. All that hard work is going to pay off. It's going to pay off. But I'm not doing it for vanity. I'm doing it for just general health. I want to be healthy. I want to keep my wits about me when I get older. I don't want to have any major health issues. You know, I already got some health issues, but you know, I just don't want any major health issues. So this is for me. This is for me. I'm not doing this for anybody else but for me. No vanity involved or anything like that. Everybody else can just do whatever. But this is for me. And you know, just my having a quality of life. Also, I take that back. I'm also going to do this for my family as well because I've got a roommate who had a stroke. She's had 2 strokes, and in less than a year, and so she's having to really rely on other people's help, and it has really put a strain on relationships with family and things, and she can't work and things like that. And I'm like, I don't want to be like that. I definitely don't want to be like that. So she asked me today, she's like, what's with all this exercising? Are you doing this because of, me, or is it because you just want to do it? And I'm like, it's a little bit of both, and I was like, this is something that I need to do in any way, so I think it's important. I think it's an important thing to do. I keep saying that exercise is the fountain of youth, and it is. Now you can't, I think also eating good is also a good thing as well, staying hydrated, living a clean lifestyle. But, but also, being there, enjoying life too. You got to enjoy life. You can't just be afraid all the time, and you can't, be angry all the time. So enjoying life also makes a difference. And so I think that's also a key to mental and emotional health. Just learning how to enjoy life. And this is what I'm doing. I'm crocheting, and I'm enjoying crocheting. And this is my way of enjoying life. And so I'm sharing my joys with you. Okay. Hey, Nisi. Oh, cool beans. Cool beans. All right. So I am going to work on something. What am I going to work on? I think I do need some more of these bomb pops. So I think I need one more. How many do I have? How many do I have? I think I've got 4. Maybe 5. I know I got 4 at least. It's 4 right here. Do I have 5? No. I know I have 6 of the strawberries. I know that for a fact. Okay. So. I'll show you another good thing that I know. And that's a Cat in a Hat reference. I used to read that to my daughter, and I used to read it to my nephews all the time. Cat in a Hat's awesome. Okay, so this is a very, very simple and easy pattern. I can't remember who it is. But if you do crochet popsicle, it will come up. I can't remember who's the video name is. I can't remember. I didn't write it down yet. I didn't transcribe it. So I'm going to start transcribing by hand the patterns that I use so I can keep them in a book, because whenever I go to market, sometimes I want something quick to make. I keep them in the books. I don't want to use my phone because it doesn't look good when you're looking at your phone. Also, it ties your phone up if you're using it as your point of sale. So I like to write out my patterns to take with me to market. So certain patterns I actually already have, but I need to do more because I use my phone for so many different aspects. So I think that is a good thing for me to do. Also, it helps me with pattern writing, to finesse pattern writing. Don't you fall. Anyway. So, what have you guys been doing lately? Have y'all been getting ready for the 4th of July? I know it's only in just a few short weeks. I do have a market this weekend. That is going to be the farmer's market. It's going to be hot. I know it's going to be hot. But there is no rain. Finally, there has been no rain. We've had nothing but rain almost every day for the last, I don't know, majority of the spring. And then it's going to stop raining by the time summer hits. You know, it'll be like the first day of summer, there's no rain. There is no rain in the forecast for like 10 days. And I'm like, yahoo. But then I'm like, oh crap, it's going to be like freaking hot. And then my ground's going to crack open. But I'm like relieved. Okay, 3, and then I also got on Pinterest today, and I was looking around, and I saw this cute little pattern for these loaf puppies, and I was like, I think I want to make these, you know, because you get a lot of people who like the cats. I know the cats are a big deal, but puppies would be a really good one. Good idea. So a good loaf puppy. And I can't remember who it is, but she also has a pattern here on YouTube. So, yes, I think I'm going to work on that too. But I'm also trying to make a flamingo pattern. So it's a sizable flamingo pattern. So I'm trying to figure that one out. And I want to work on that. I need to make the Texas Longhorns hat. I also need to finish a voodoo doll. These, and those are commissions, so I need to work on those. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, great. Is it 2? Yeah, it's 2. 2 single crochet. And then it's 3 increase. The only downside to working with really thin yarn. And you know what? And on the ball band of this stuff, it says it's a 4-weight. This is not a 4-weight. This is more like a DK. That could even be a sport weight if you want to get, you know, get technical. Because I always think that, you know, a 4-weight is definitely thicker than this, for sure. Okay. And then I need to do 2 increase, right? Okay, so let me count my stitches. I'm supposed to have 16. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Yeah, yeah. I've got it. And you know what? I think since I'm doing a lot of talking, oh, that hurts. I need to get a stitch marker. Do I have any here in my immediate area? I do. I see one right here. Haha. 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 Ha. I did not want to get up. I am so sore. But I was telling like my roommate, the one that had the stroke, and I was like, you know, I hurt, but the thing is like I want to be the good hurt, not the bad hurt. You know, I want to be the sore that it's from exercising, and not the sore from like arthritis or anything like that. You know, that's the, you know, and I don't want to be like my grandparents. You know, my both my grandmothers really had arthritis really bad. One of them had rheumatoid arthritis, and it was the kind that really crippled her. And she was always chasing the medication that's going to help her with pain management, you know. And I think that's what aged her body. It's just the rheumatoid arthritis, and also just taking all these medications, you know, just to help her, you know, deal with her pain. And her quality of life was just not great. You know, neither one of their qualities of life were great. And then I just don't want to be like that. And, you know, I don't want to be like a shut in, and I want to go out and enjoy life. And, you know, I know life is hard when you don't have transportation, which I don't. But, you know, I'm not going to let that stop me. I can't let it stop me. But I'm also looking to get a job too. I don't have a job right now. I'm a professional player right now. But right now it's just, you know, I'm on disability right now for my eyesight. It's just not cutting the mustard. Really, it's not. And I'm just afraid that if I find a job and I'm doing markets and, you know, doing commissions and things like that, then, you know, I don't think I'm going to qualify for disability any longer. And then where I'm looking to get a job is a school district. So school districts, I really like the idea that I've done it before, and I like being off during holidays. I like being off on the weekends. I like that schedule. It works best for me. Now, the benefits are really good, but the pay is kind of like meh. But the benefits are great, you know? Let's see. Hey Lydia, how's it going, sweetie? Okay, so again, when I do changes of colors, I do an invisible stitch. You know what? I didn't tell y'all anything about my market this I had this last week. Um, okay, I forget to do my recap. So I'll crochet while I'm talking about my recap. My recap. Okay. Okay. So I had the farmers market this Saturday. Okay. Sorry, I got an itchy nose for some reason. Anyway, and so anything really super happened? Not really, but it was interesting. Again, I was sold a lot of $25 items. So I didn't sell that many smaller items. It's been interesting lately. It's like every time I've been going to a market in the last couple of times, I've been selling a lot of those $25 items. I sold my mom the other day. I was like, I've had these three cows that I made, and they're itty bitty cow by Crochet Grove, I think is who it is. I want to say that's who it is. Cute little cow. It's a little sitting cow. It's super duper cute. It's like my favorite cow pattern. And I make it with Bernat blanket, or I use the Premier Home Chenille. And they're just black and white cows. They're just really cute. And um, I sold them. I sold them the previous weekend, and then I sold two this last weekend. So I was really happy about that because I've had these three cows for like forever. I feel like I've had them for like months. And I mean, for selling stuff at market, when you have something forever, it feels like a while. Like my snuggle slugs. I thought these things were going to be a hit. I made four. I've only sold one. And like nobody wants a snuggle slug, you know. What I might do, I might just mark them down just to get them gone. I probably won't make them again. They just don't. They're just not moving. They've had them for over a year now, and they're just not moving. So I'm just gonna have to reduce their price. I think I have them for like 25, but just need to mark them down to like 20 or 19 or 18, probably $18. If I move them down to $18, then they might move. But those snuggle slugs are just not going. And they're super adorable. They're so cute. They have the cutest little derpy faces, but they just don't move for me. And, like, people are like, what the hell is this? It's a snuggle slug. And they're like, oh, so I've only had one person say, like, oh, look at the slug. And I'm like, oh, at least you know it's a slug. Not everybody else does, you know? So I'm just going to have to mark those bad boys down. Okay, I need to do whites. Nope. Is this white? No. No. Where's the white that I was using? Okay, so I know I was using this for the sticks. Okay, so this is the blue I was using, right? Yeah. It just says blue. Not royal blue, not dark blue, just blue. Ooh, was it this blue? Are these the same? I think so. I think I'm going to use this one at first. But I need my white. And I'm not seeing it. Where'd the white go? There is a white right there. That's not the one I was using. Let me see if it's over here on the bed. It might be. Oh, there it is, yeah. It was on the bed. There it goes. I like to try to use up my skeins. Pops, I'll make some like not pineapple, but watermelon pops. I think that would be really cute. There is a watermelon pop thing from a mystery pattern that I made a while back. It's pretty cute. But I think I'm just gonna change these into like watermelon pop colors because I do have the green, I've got the white, I've got the red. I just need to use them up. I think that would be really fun. Just a really fun summertime thing. But you know, also if I am doing the 4th of July market, then I'm going to need quite a bit of inventory. That type of market, I'm going to assume for myself, is going to be about like a 1K market. Like I plan to have at least $1,000 in profits, if not anywhere between the 900. You know, I think that's what's going to be good for me. And if I have a lot of small stuff, I think that's going to be a good thing. I think that's what I'm going to need to do. So I'm going to try out these bomb pops for this next market and see how well they do. I think they're going to do great. I don't know. I think things, and sometimes it doesn't really happen. Okay, so again, I did that color change. I'm going to do, I did the invisible stitch, then the stitch before the invisible stitch. That's where I'm going to do my joining color, and I do in that right there, and that seems to work out really well. Because once I pull on my tail after joining the new color, that first stitch is just gonna shrink on down, and you really won't see it. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So I did. All right, focus, 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 focus. You going to focus for me? Anyway, I put 2 stitches here, and I pull on the tail, and then that first stitch is not as noticeable. It kind of gets pulled down. Anyway, so that works for me for doing color change, and it becomes seamless. Like you don't have that little step up of color, you don't have that little extra jog of color. Some people call it the jog. So and I need to tighten that up. There we go. But this is super simple. Like you do, you know, like the crochet oval, and then you know, do your basic shape, and then the rest of it's like between rounds 3 and 15. It's just all single crochet, just going up, you know, 16 more increasing. It just goes all the way up, and then you. I mean, it's pretty stinking easy. I've been working on trying to design on a magic circle pot holder and the square pot holders, and I'm also working on my diamond art painting. Cool. I actually met somebody who was selling diamond art at a market, and she stopped on by, and I was just chatting with her. Not this market, the previous market. The one that's on the square. And yeah, it's interesting what people sell, and you know, Yeah, diamond art's so interesting. You know, you can make any kind of pictures with it. And I'm pretty sure people make their own and stuff like that. Like make and design their own. Okay, I'm gonna double check myself here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Yes. Okay. So I do 5. So there's 15 rows. So I do 5 rows of red, then I'll do 5 rows of white, and then I'll do the finishing 5 rows of blue. Yeah, I want these to be faster, but they are not faster. But they're nice. They look good. The fact that they're cotton, which makes them durable. Um, I do like this cotton. It's a nice cotton. It feels really good. It's the Knob Hill. Um, what did I call it? Casual cotton. Yeah, the Knob Hill casual cotton. I get this from Hirschner's. I think I bought it for like $1 a skein. Quite a while ago. We're talking a few years ago, and I've just been, having this stuff in my stash for a while. That's kind of really I want to get rid of it. I want to use it up. Um, Eventually, I'm going to convert all my cotton to I love this cotton. Um, but this is not a bad cotton. Now, there's another cotton on Hirschner's that's really nice. I really do like that. That might be a backup cotton for me. And then it's the Village Farmhouse Cotton, I think is what it's called. But the Farmhouse Cotton from Hirschner's is really, really nice. I really enjoy working with it. It's got a nice texture. It's very smooth. It's really nice. Um, it's a 3. It's a 3 weight. It's about the same thickness as this. This is about like a 3 weight. Even though the ball band says it's 4, it's 3. It's a little thin. That's really a nice cotton. I like it. And it's got some nice colors. I made some coasters for my sister a while back. Now, I don't think she appreciates it. And I made them to match her kitchen. Her kitchen's like a cobalt blue and white. And which is really pretty. It looks really nice. But she doesn't appreciate that stuff. It's just not her thing. It just really isn't. She doesn't appreciate things like that as well. I guess to her, maybe it seems old-fashioned. I don't know. Though, I sometimes think of it as old-fashioned, but since it has been in such an upswing, crochet has been in such a big upswing that I don't think it's looked at as being an old-fashioned thing anymore. And now I think it's a very, I don't know how to describe it, but it just it's a well acknowledged craft, okay? Because you can do so many different things with it. It's amazing what we can do with it. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I'm going around 4. Okay. Ooh, I'm tired. I know I keep saying it. I'm sorry. I think I need to take some ibuprofen because it will help me with my stiffness. I'm a little stiff. Also, I've been eating bread. Bread is not good for me. It causes me to have inflammation, and the bread I have been eating has been this chocolate chip sourdough bread that I got from the market, and it's been so stinking good. I am addicted to this sourdough bread I've been getting from markets. It is so good. Like home, like fresh baked sourdough. It's expensive, but it's so good. Like get some fresh baked sourdough bread. Like not the crap from the store. Get some fresh baked sourdough bread from your local farmers market. Somebody's gonna have it because it's a very popular bread to have at markets. Like a lot of people, okay, so these are the baked goods that people sell at markets mostly. They sell sourdough bread, cupcakes, and cookies. Okay, like those are the three things. Not much else, you know. I was sitting there thinking, like, you know, we need some gluten-free bakers up in here. Okay, we need some good gluten-free baking. Okay. And I'm like, do I want to take on that mantle? But gluten-free baking is a lot because you have to have a gluten-free kitchen. Um, and in Texas, you can bake from your kitchen. It's a cottage food item so long as it's shelf stable, and baking typically is shelf stable. And yeah, we need some good gluten free because a lot of gluten free stuff is like a it's too oily, you know, or it's just too dry, you know. So it's just like it's one or the other. Kind of it's kind of gross sometimes. One, two, three, four. Okay, yeah. I don't know if I. Um, yeah, some good gluten free bakers. You know, I think that is a niche that needs to be filled. Uh, Out at markets. I really do. But to find the right type of um, gluten-free flour that works best for your needs, that's really tough because like it's really chemistry. It's 100% chemistry on that. No, you know, there is some artisanal aspects to it, but it's really chemistry. Trying to find the right blend that works for the effect that you want to get. And it's really hard. Like I said, gluten-free baked goods usually are not great, you know. Um, you know, part of me really wants to really get into the gluten-free baking and just play around with it and see what happens. But the reason why you have to have a totally gluten-free kitchen is because if the gluten from anything else can contaminate your gluten-free baking stuff and cause somebody to be sick, um, especially if that person has got like celiacs and things like that. So, you know, you really got to make sure, you know, like everything that you use from your oven, your mixer, your countertops, your equipment, everything has to make you have to make sure that it has not touched anything wheat whatsoever, and could cause somebody some really major discomfort, and you can potentially get a lawsuit from somebody who's got celiacs. And if you say you have gluten-free baking, so you would have to put a disclaimer on your product and say like this is not made in a gluten-free kitchen. This is made in a kitchen that has had access to gluten. You know, and I do bake fresh bread for my roommate, and it's, you know, very well received. I have a problem eating fresh baked bread. It's too yummy. Love it. Um, but you know, gluten-free goodies not necessarily have to have gluten-free flours in them. It'd be a candy. It can be anything. You know, you can do like um, anything that's basically just anything that just doesn't have any gluten to it, basically. Um, and that's, you know, that's the thing behind it. You know, and you also want to make it to where, you know, somebody's feeling like they are not missing out on certain things. Okay, so where's that blue? There it is. Now, the new said roommate, the one that had strokes, um, she got put on a vegetable diet. So basically, she's a vegan right now. She doesn't want to be vegan, but she's vegan right now. So I hope that maybe that will help her start losing weight and things like that. And then, you know, she's really sad about it. She is not happy. You know, she can have like fish a couple times a week. Oops. Sorry. That's about all she can have. It's a little tough on her. Um, but yeah, he just said fruit, vegetables, water. That's all she can have. Which, has she been doing that? Not really. She has been eating bread, but I'm going to put a stop to her eating bread. Because I really don't think that is what she needs right now. But if I take that away from her, she's going to be really, really upset and sad. I almost don't want to, you know, do that to her. But if she's not getting up, moving around, doing exercises, and she's not losing some weight, she's got to lose at least a couple of pounds. You know, she's not eating any meat, hardly ever. We did eat some chicken the other day. I really wasn't supposed to give her chicken, but we had it, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna let you have chicken. Made her some barbecue chicken. You know, but like tomorrow is Wednesday, so she had that on Sunday. So I'm gonna have, you know, give her fish on Sundays and Wednesdays. So tomorrow's fish day. So we're gonna have fish tomorrow. But yeah, she's having a hard time with it. Bless her little heart. Okay. My arms are tired. They're tired from holding that weed eater. That weed eater is, when you gotta hold it up for long periods of time, it really works the muscles on your arms. That's why I probably need to take some ibuprofen just to help take that edge of soreness off. And then tomorrow I'm going to go to the gym and do a little yard work too tomorrow. It's just got to be done. So I'm trying to teach myself also to get up earlier. Okay, so this is round 3. I'm almost done, Sue. I'm almost done. Okay. I'll tell you what, those bugs out there, those mosquitoes. So I was talking to someone about mosquitoes, and they were saying, oh, they love the shade. And I was like, really? He's like, yeah, whenever he's doing something out in the shade, mosquitoes love being in the shade. And I was like, well, my yard is mostly shaded. I got a lot of shade. I got some big old trees in the front yard. 2 big trees. I'll tell you what, they are chewing me up this year. I even had one like bite me on my face earlier today. I'm like, really? My face? And I kind of make my own bug repellent out of essential oils. And I tried to make a fresh batch for me to use. And it worked okay, but I'm starting to sweat it off, you know, when I'm out there. I dropped my blue. So I'm on round 4 of the blue. Oh, lordy. And I feel bad because, like, you know, I want to wear shorts and things like that in public, but I'm kind of embarrassed by my legs because I keep having all these bug bites on my legs, and it kind of looks unkempt, you know. But I also really don't like to wear short pants in public anyway. I need to find something that doesn't make me look too short. Like, I remember back, like, I don't know, 25 years ago, you know, shorts kind of like went down to your knees, okay? And then, like, when you go buy women's shorts, like, they're all short shorts. Like, and I'm like, I don't want that. I guess they're Bermuda shorts is what they call them now. But they used to be denim shorts that just went to your knees, you know? And they don't have to be like baggy or like carpenter pants or anything like that, like for a guy. They're just women's shorts. They didn't need to be, you know, short shorts. And I saw some really cute overalls the other day in the window of a Cato store, and I was like, ooh, maybe I should get some overalls. I think that would be fun. But again, they're kind of short, and I'm like, I don't want them to be short. Like, I'm really kind of a modest person. I really don't want, you know, too much above my knee to be exposed. Okay, so we are done with this. Okay, so in her video, the way she had it is if your blue is kind of like off-centered right here instead of in the corner, you can either work this way to the corner or you can frog it back to this corner. I'm going to frog it back to this corner and then leave that is where I'm going to be crocheting across, not crocheting across, I'm going to be sewing across here. So I'm going to frog it back and then I'm going to turn that into a slip stitch. Okay, and now I'm going to leave me a nice long tail for sewing it in. Okay, now I'm going to flip it inside out and I'm going to secure my tails on the inside. But so far, look at that. See, it's just like the others. Looking pretty uniform. I like that. I like how I make everything and it all looks kind of the same. And I also need to secure this magic ring. Okay, yes. It's 2 o'clock. My alarm went off. Okay, so where I joined on the inside, I'm just going to tie these together. So just double knot it. Okay, there we go. So just double knotted those. Just flip it right back out. Super simple. I think this would be also a really good kitchen cotton if you really wanted to make a really nice kitchen item with this cotton. It would be, I think it would be a decent cotton for that. It wouldn't be as say thick as say the sugar and cream cone. You know, that's a whole lot thicker. This is a good cotton for a kitchen, but this would also make a nice kitchen cotton as well. I think it's very versatile. I think it would be a really good one. And I don't know if they still make that or if they still carry it over there at Hirschner's, but I'm going to assume that they do. I don't know, but it's a really nice one. It feels really nice. It's got a nice smooth texture. Okay, so this one is called, this colorway is called Wheat. So it's just like a light tan. Okay. I'm almost done with this. Then I will be done with the live. Okay, so and I gave it an extra stitch longer. She had 5 stitches. I'm going to make it up to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Oh, this one I don't want to go. This last stitch in a row doesn't want to go. Okay, there it goes. 5. Okay, so this is 1, 2. This is row 4 here, I think. Anyways, it's back and forth. And I think I do it for 6 rows. Oops. Okay, so this is 6 rows of 5 stitches. Okay, so if I fold it together, how wide will it look? I think it looks pretty wide. Okay, I think that's going to be good. Now I'm going to crochet these together. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Please don't be like me and try to crochet your tail instead of your working yarn. I've done that several times. I'm like, I think I'm grabbing my working yarn and it's really the tail. I think I'm just going to slip stitch it, not single crochet it. So just slip stitch it. Two, 3, 4. Okay. And this stitch is a little funny. Okay, I got it. Okay. And then I'm going to, now for her, she just kind of leaves it like undone right here. I'm gonna crochet into it. I'm gonna do it. Just a couple of stitches on the side here. Maybe 3. That one looks really big. I don't want to do that one. Okay. Tighten it up, Jamie. Tighten it up. Okay, so then, okay. So that kind of tightens it up a little bit. So there we go. So that's going to be our stick. I still left this part open, but this is the part that's going to be sewn onto the inside. And then I'm going to, I don't want to make it too long because I don't need it to be long. But I do want to pass this string to the other side. And where's my needle? Here it is. I need my scissors first. Do 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 do. Okay. There we go. And I can tie these together if I wish. Just to give it a light tie, not a tight tie, just a loose tie. There we go. That's what I'm trying to say. Just to help secure them together. And then I will snip that off and I will add that to my stuffing over here. Okay. And now I need to add stuffing to this guy right here. I don't want too much, just enough. We're not going to make it round. We're still going to try to keep it somewhat oval flat. Okay. So it's still kind of a little flat. It's fine. Okay. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It's fine. Okay, so this is the end that's going to be seamed with the bottom. Okay. So go ahead and load up my darning needle with my tail of this blue. Now she was doing through the front loops only, so I think that's what I'm going to do too. I think it looks better if I do it that way. Okay. And then let's put that in there. We'll just tack that in. Do 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 do. I don't hate it when that happens. My string falls out of my darning needle. Okay. I think I'm going to double secure that right there. There we go. Looks good. Okay. Pretty easy. Pretty easy. So I just got it on there really good. Then I'm just gonna secure it somewhere in the blue. Uh-oh. Hold on. My yarn split on me. So when I pulled the needle through, only some of the yarn went through and some of it did not. Okay, let's try this one more time. Okay. There we go. Don't pull on it too much because then that will make your little Ami pucker. And just simply just snip that off. Okay. And we got our 5th bomb pop. So there we go. I'm just going to make one more. I'm going to make it like an even 6. And then I will embroider little eyes and or facial features on them. So anyway, so far I've got 5. I'm going to do one more off camera. Anyways, thanks guys for being here. I'm going to head on out. I appreciate you being here. I will see y'all hopefully on Thursday at 1 o'clock, and I hope to see you then. Okay, bye guys. Thank you so much. Bye bye for now. Please hit the thumbs up on the way out, and please subscribe if you have never subscribed before either. Anyways, thanks guys. Bye.